Why, hello everyone, and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Shobo. Today is Tuesday, August 30th, 2022. We have reached our final stream of August, because the next time we're streaming will be September. Oh my goodness, what happened to August? I don't know. It's been going by very quickly. So, weekend was a thing. That happened. I was tired. I was tired most of the weekend. I was just like mostly vegetative. I found it difficult to really do work, things that I wanted to do. Things like put in RGB buttons, LEDs on Game Boy Colors that I have. Like this one, which I have to get pictures of and list, which I don't have batteries in it right now. Hey. Ba. Ba-da. The buttons, they light. They light. The bottom buttons are green and yellow, so they're getting green screened out. But yeah, and also this light. The power light can be changed to whatever color you want with this little flex PCB that you can just solder straight onto the board. It makes it relatively simple to add these LEDs. It's just a flex PCB. It's got little holes for each of the buttons, so you can actually have contact with the buttons. Unfortunately, the thickness of this PCB is such that if you tighten down the screws too much, you actually lose contact. You lose sensitivity on the D-pad in particular, so I have to be very careful and not tighten down very specific screws too much. Otherwise, you can't even really use the D-pad. It affects up in particular, but I've had it also affecting left as well as right. Not really down. Not really down. Usually it's either up and right or up and left, which is very weird. Very, very weird indeed. And then, of course, I got clear buttons and button pads so you could actually have the LEDs shine through. And I've got a few of those to get listed at this point. I have that one to get listed. I have two that are listed already on eBay. And I have other prep work to do. Also, you may have noticed that the screen doesn't say Game Boy Color. I've replaced the lens on this one and a few others, and it's got a little protective sheet over the lens. So whoever gets it can peel that sheet off, and they'll have a nice, pristine screen lens. Ideally, pristine screen, and it'll be glorious. So, Factorio. Let's load up the game and play the game. Here is game, and there is lack of kitty. There is no kitty right now. They're out and about in the rest of the house doing various other things. So I guess first thing I should see that, oh hey, there's an update to one of the mods. What do you do? What do you do in this mod? You do a bug fix. Attempt to index field question mark. As of the 29th, you know, we're not using this today, so I'll do this update between streams, ideally. So, where did we leave off? Last time we met, I set up, I believe, this part of the main bus. Just, you know, set up wood automation as well as all of these three sciences here. Hello, welcome. Got all of this done. As well as set up this over here, the 248K arc smelting processes, initial arc smelting processes, by doing purification of ore and then melting it into molten and casting the molten. Very, very simple process. And we did that for iron and copper and steel production, and have set up aluminium, essentially aluminium plates. So today, what we need to start with is setting up actual aluminium ceramic composite production and getting our final ceramics set up as well, because we have a better process that uses steam to produce ceramics that I would rather use than use coal and stone. That's just where it's stone and steam. I mean, yeah, you still need like the coal for the steam, but still more efficient process to use the steam. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this ceramic that I've picked up, or that I've made through the original method, and I'm going to go over here and grab some aluminium. Oh, and we also set up more power down here. Just you know, more better. Do I not have... Ah, there we go. Sentinels. I need one over here. I need vision. I need vision of the things. So we need this composite so that we can make a assembling machine 2, a set of assembling machine 2s, in order to then make aluminium ceramic composites through the better method of producing ceramic, because the better ceramic recipe, wherever that lives in this list, right here, needs assembling machine 2s. It needs assembling machine 2s, and we can't do that until we have this ceramic composite. Just one of those things, huh? It's just one of those things. Now, I need to actually go back over here to around where I'm making those ceramics, and I'm gonna have to bring that aluminium down the bus here, and I'm gonna have to figure out something, because I'm gonna need more stone. More stone is required, and I have to figure out where I want to do this. Probably just gonna bring... Yeah, do this here. Yeah, do this here. Make the ceramic. I will need steam. In fact, I will need how much steam? 7.5. Okay. This will mean I will need boilers. So I'll go ahead and make a few boilers. I have water wells, so I don't need to worry about the water for the steam. That's one little bit of logistics that that I despise, that I will not have to do. How big is the boiler? Exactly that size. Actually, these only make 20. I have to remember that these only make 20 steam a piece. So 2 can in fact support 4 of these. 5 of these, actually. What is an... 8. So it's 3 to 8. My goodness. I should not have this arranged this way. But just because it shouldn't be doesn't mean that I will actually change it. Ideally, if I actually had enough of these machines, I would do something like that. That is a better layout. Oh, hey, we have technology. Tech has happened. Okay. Sure, give me modules then. Give me Mill 2, which gives me the Mill Tech card technology. So it was brought up on my Discord. Someone mentioned that, oh hey, you're not going to be able to make like get certain military techs because Krastorio requires stuff. This stuff, the bioprocessing. Like you're gonna have to cheat in some like biomass. No, actually, I do not because Krastorio the entire time has had a setting that I have had enabled called peaceful mode, which changes all of the like military recipes and science stuff so that you can actually get all the techs without needing biters. Because normally there's like actual stuff that you get from biters in Krastorio. And yeah, we can do our things with this. It's fine. We are fine. We can get all of the techs. So let's get rid of that. Don't need it. Don't need it. Just need long-handed inserters. And I need to figure out, well, we're using 12 stone. Oh boy, that's a lot of stone. I might have to bring in a dedicated line of stone. Another dedicated line of stone. Can I even fit another dedicated line of stone? Yeah, technically I can. Technically I can. Now, as it stands, the existing 15 per second of stone off of the starter belt line is my actual stone for where I need stone on the bus. Oh, we've got Ollie screaming. Ollie, why are you screaming? Where's Ollie? Ollie's like, row, row, row. Like, please, Ollie, no, stop. Don't go yelling like that. And then the throughput on each one is 1.5. Oh boy, we're gonna need some blue inserters. We're gonna need some blue inserters. And I do have steel now. So I'm gonna need to set up blue inserters right in here. Which also means setting up electronics. Huh? Right. It's that. I'm gonna do this. Get rid of those. And rather than this belt here, I'm gonna have an inserter. Throwing that in. So we need iron and wood and copper. Iron and whoops. Iron and wood. Well, I haven't brought my wood this way. So let's bring the wood this way. There we go. And then I need actual inserter parts, more inserter parts. Do I want to just leech? I think I'll just leech grab a couple of these and upgrade. Upgrade these machines, make this 0.75. Just a little bit more. Just a little more. And then start throwing those into a chest. I don't need any more of these. Oh yeah, and steel. Right, I need to bring in the steel. Steel is right in here. And there we go. That is the blue inserters automated. Ta-da. I can actually completely replace the spot for them. Come on, grab the thing. Be precise. And that is, as they say, that. Of course, I will still need to make long-handed inserters myself, because I did not automate those, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I did. Hello. Like, oh, right. Hey, there they are. There they are. Yeah. That's great. Here, enjoy. Enjoy going a little bit faster. Just a smidge. I could bring this excess down as well. Just say, hey, output priority left on these guys, and I can upgrade these guys. And there you have it. That will do. Give all. Thank you kindly. All. Alright. Now I need to grab some of my mining drills. And a bunch of belt. Yeah, bunches of belt. I do need more of these guys. And I need these guys. I should automate the assembling machine 2s, but that is a lot more complex. That is a lot more complex of a problem to solve. I also need to, you know, gib water. There you go. Water gibbon. Well, this is gonna be fun. That'll work. Up we go. Time for a journey. Ah. Technology. Hi. Lab research speed, sure, because I'm, like, running out of ideas. Yes, let's get some nanobot upgrades. Solar 2.0, energy accumulators, yeah, that's fine. All the technologies that we have left are unlocking things that we won't be able to get for a long time. So it's fine. It doesn't really matter the order of the technologies that we're unlocking at this point. I mean, even lab research speed isn't really going to do anything for us because I have enough labs to process the science that I'm producing. Hey, thank you so much for that comment. Okay, let's get another line. Next. Line the 5th. Fortunately, I don't think we're going to have to... We're not going to have to move these resources anytime soon. Each one of these has like, you know... That one's got 7.1 million under it. So I think we'll be fine. Alright, there we go. Stone. Another line of 15 per second. Gosh, just wait until we get better thingies. Pretty sure Krastorio has upgraded mining drills, right? Yes, it does. Thank goodness it does. Rare metals with steel and fiberglass reinforced plastic. Alright, and then immersite. So that's gonna be great. Okay, that should take care of the production of ceramics. Now we just have to add the aluminium to make these composites. Now the composites can be made in regular assembling machines, but you know what? We've got blues at this point, or the ability to build the blues at this point, so I will use the blues. And I think our only use for ceramic at this point... Aha! Hello. You are used for red circuits. So we could just make red circuits, like, now. Huh. We could just make those. Well, that's neat. It's 2-to-1 on the green circuits, huh? Interesting. You need point... Oh. Yeah, you need twice as many electronic circuits, and then one of these makes 1.5... one of these makes exactly 0.75, so it's 1-to-1 machine. Very interesting. And then I think, again, it's 1.5 on these. That this feeds... Oh, this feeds, 4. Yeah, this feeds 4. But also electronic components, 1.5. So that's 2 buildings of electronic components into one of these buildings. So realistically, something along those lines with a copper here and here. Interesting. It's very unique. Something like that is the scaling pattern Of course, I don't need that top copper cable because it is 1 to 4, but still. And then you need to add the ceramic to this, so if that's moved elsewhere, you just have a line of copper ceramic here, or even one tile lower, have it here with a jump there, and a thingy like that, or like that, and one of those, and then output. And you need the glass silicon plastic too. So, one more tile. Oh yeah, plastic. Hey, we need plastic for this. So that's a thing. Yeah, pretty sure that's going to be the pattern. I'm going to copy this and throw it into a blueprint and then remove it, because we're not doing this now. It's just the thought is it was in my mind, so I did it, and we're waiting on the stone to meander its way down anyway. Now, what we really need here is to first set up some of this composite. And how much is the question, because we're getting 6 total at the moment. I could add 2 more to get 7.5. And you know what? I think I'm going to do that. I think that is what I will do. That way, I'm consuming the entire line of stone, and I'm getting 7.5. Now, I know that I will need ceramic for the red circuits. In fact, I will need... What initial production of red circuits am I going to look for? What's my plan going to be on the initial reds? At least one. At least one. It is 1-to-1 with the ceramics, improved with productivity modules, I would hope. So that's a decent number. That's going to be a lot of resources overall to go for 3. So let's start with 1.5, ideally. So we'll keep 1.5 ceramics. We could put up to 6 in these. I don't have 18 aluminium, so it looks like we'll have plenty enough ceramic left over. How much aluminium do I have? Now that's a great question. And this is the bottom row. Pretty sure this coal is the bottom row, so I do have another line right in here available for the aluminium and for the composite and for the ceramic. In the next row, do I have another space? No, so we'll have to put something here, and we'll have something here as our next lanes on the bus. Don't even know if I want the aluminium plate on the bus, though. We'll see. I might just switch it for the ceramic. Alright, so aluminium as aluminium is not really going to get used on the bus. I don't know if I'm going to make either of these things, any of these things, on the bus, so because of that, I actually won't need you, because I'm going to gonna swap the aluminium for the composite, and I'll have, I didn't look at how much aluminium I've got. Yo, Hellmod, tell me. I'm making that stuff. I need you to do, that input. And I'm doing that recipe from 15, from 30 stone. So I do have 15 aluminium. Interesting. That says 4 or 3.8 to 2 to 3. Huh. Yeah, I guess technically that's accurate. That's technically accurate. So I've got 10 pure aluminium here. Actually. Oh, right. I'm bringing in 40. Excuse me. That's up to 20 aluminium. Right. Right. I built this at ratio. Why do I use Train Supply Manager rather than LTN? Because it's easier to work with. And not as prone to mistakes. So I'll put 4 down. Sure. Why do I always do this? Like, no, that should not be shared, because I need to bring in the full throughput, and it's... Ah, boy, we get to add some space between these. So I'm gonna use loaders. Then outputs. That works. No, I just prefer LTN. That's my personal preference. Or, yeah, TSM. I prefer Train Supply Manager over LTN. Train Supply Manager feels like an extension of vanilla mechanics, where LTN is a hacked on, like bolted on mess of a mod that's way overly complicated, with way too many potential points of failure. And then you get these snobs, utter snobs, who just go out of their way to say, if you have problems with LTN, it's your fault. It's all your fault for the problems that you've had with LTN. If you have problems. I'm like, but my argument is, I shouldn't be able to have a problem in the first place. There shouldn't be the possibility of there being a problem in the first place. Like, especially with fluids in LTN. Oh my god, if you make a mistake with fluids in LTN, extremely painful to fix said problems with fluids in LTN. If you have made some sort of mistake, or if you haven't quite built something exactly right and you're left with a fraction of something, just a fraction of a unit inside of a tank that then gets that train stuck, or just have a fraction of a unit left in a output tank that you then can't use to bring in something else. It's like, just screw that. And no, I have zero interest in sorting the outputs of a single station. I'd rather just have more stations. Like, if I'm building a train station, I'm building a train station. Like, no, I don't want one input station that's bringing in all these various different inputs that I then have to sort with this game's mechanics. No, screw that. I'm not doing that. Like, the sorting alone can end up bigger than a regular train station anyway, so it's like, nah. And it's just extremely time-consuming and tedious to do correctly with that sorting. And then, God forbid, you back up on anything. Oh my god. and you get your sorting stuck because you're backed up on something. Then something that you then need you can't get because the sorting is stuck. Because you have too much of something. Like, no, I don't want that point of failure, potential point of failure. I don't want that to exist in the base like that across multiple factories. No. No, I refuse to play that game. In Train Supply Manager, if you make a mistake, your mistake is you've brought the wrong item to a requester station, which is extremely easy to fix because it's one item to clear out, stop requesting, set a different request on it. It's a simple fix if you accidentally bring something that you didn't intend to bring by setting the wrong request signals. Anyhoozle, things. Let's get back on task here. I need to actually set some of these lane outputs here to different lanes across the board. Fortunately, you can just like shift right click and then shift left click to copy paste the lane settings. Unfortunately, it operates by inserter type, which is a little weird, but okay. You know what? Stick the junk into that chest. Get rid of the junk. We have Ollie. Hello. Hello, Ollie. Aw. Aw, Nuzzles. He nuzzled my hand. Yes, big boy. Yes, big boy. Blocking. Yeah. Yeah, there's the Ollie. Yeah, there's the Ollie. Hi. Hello, Ollie. There's that kitty. There's that kitty. How's Ollie? How's big boy? How's that big boy? kitties are gonna be getting their rabies shots in September. Couple weeks. We've got Ollie first. That's going to be a very painful experience for me. Ahem. Ollie absolutely despises the carrier. We have a dog carrier for the cats, a rather sizable carrier that, yeah, it fits him. It fits Ollie. We had originally gotten it for Cole, who was quite a large cat, because he had at least some amount of Maine Coon, so he was pretty big for a while. And now we've got Ollie here, freaking 12-pound Ollie, if not more. He's big for a kitty. He's pretty big. All right, what am I doing? I am making engines next, I think. Engines. We're going to take iron and composite, and make engines. So I gotta bring the lines down. Whoops. No, you go that way. And then we'll have Dolly get her shot the week after Ollie, Saturday after. That'll be slightly easier, and we'll see how they react to each other after each visit, because we have had the cats treat each other as strangers after vet visits before, taking them individually. Or they just go up, sniff, and then hiss at them. When Dolly did it to Ollie, he was quite confused. He was like, why are you hissing at me? Why are you hissing at me? It's like, hey, what's going on? Why are you hissing at me? And then the reverse also has happened. Okay. I need potentially more of these. Let's see. Engine units. Oh god, they just had to keep the slowness of the vanilla recipe, didn't they? They just had to keep that supremely slow recipe. Alright then. While also adding gears and composites. Or adding composites to it. Hello, stuff. What is left? I still haven't removed this mod. I need to remove not Hellmod. Deadlocks, stacking, and belt boxes. I'm not going to use it. We have the diesel train here, which requires diesel fuel units. Which makes energized diesel fuel units using charged mysterious energy crystals. Okay. Will I get a depleted mysterious energy crystal that I can then recharge once the fuel is not fueled? No, probably not, because it's 1 into 4. Fuel value 100 megajoules. 55% vehicle acceleration with 130 top vehicle speed. Whereas this gives a 35% movement bonus. And that gives electricity. For what reason, I don't know. says uses diesel fuels to power the train and improve its max speed, but this doesn't say that. This has a fuel value of 70 megajoules for a diesel fuel unit. Whereas this is 100. I guess this doesn't give any bonuses to speed, whereas this does. Wow, that's a lot of acceleration power. That is a lot of acceleration power. Oh boy, this thing accelerates pretty fast compared to a vanilla train. Oh. It's less. God, I thought that number was higher for whatever or lower for whatever reason. 220 and 2. Higher max speed, but slower acceleration power. Huh. You know, the turbocharger probably uses power. Yeah. Yeah. So you need one electricity generator and one diesel turbocharger to get that extra 35% in total. And then what does this thing even run on? Does it just exist? Might just exist. And it's a 6x6 grid. This item is a 3x3 and a 3x3, which means that you can put 2 of each into that train to get 70% movement bonus, which sort of makes it really good. I just wish it had more acceleration power. Anywho, I will start that research. And there's probably upgrades at some point, I would hope. What other technologies am I able to research? Mining productivity is pretty good. Pretty good, usually. The stack inserters, the modular armor, yeah, that's decent stuff. That's some pretty good stuff. That's inventory space, as soon as I can get red circuits. Outside of that, yeah, that and that would be great for just immediately more inventory as well as more speed. Hello, welcome. Welcome, PY. How many of these buildings am I going to want? Ahem. Alright. Iron gear wheels. You make 1.5. So a line of 20 is what we're talking about here. So I'm gonna need, I think, then 2 on the pipes, which is vanilla. Yeah, it's 2 making pipes, 1 making gears, and then the plates brought in with the composite. And the way that I tend to do this is to then have the line in there. I'm gonna shift this a bit over. It's 5, 10, 15, and 20. And I'm gonna need to build 15 of these. Hey, looks like I need some composite. Yeah, the kittens will chew on anything smaller than them. Cats eat anything that is like very small. If it fits in their mouth, they will eat it or chew on it. That's basically That's basically all you need to know. They will try to eat anything that can fit in their mouth, especially if it moves. If it can't fit in their mouth, they're not going to go for it most of the time. So while cats may go for mice, they don't generally go for rats because they're too big. Fortunately, we don't have mice, but what we do have are bugs, and they will absolutely these kitties get entranced by bugs. They will go for them. If ever I look behind me and I see both of them just staring intently somewhere, I know that there was a bug that they're following. Okay. So. Ba 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 ba. Ba ba. Oh yeah, ours love to chase the cockroaches anytime they find one. Fortunately, anytime they find one, it's like dying. Because we get pest control come by every other month, and it well, it hasn't gotten all of the bugs that we would have liked. It does get rid of the majority of the cockroaches, which is nice. We have a lot of pine trees around here. Our house here has tons of pine trees. And yeah, cockroaches love pine trees. In case you were not aware, they live in pine trees. Yeah, so they only spray outside. Not inside. They don't come inside. And yet, despite them spraying outside along the edges of the house, it doesn't quite get where it needs to get to get rid of ants that we have. We've got some ants. Ants that show up around the kitchen sink. Oh right, you need to be near. You need to be near. Don't think I have to worry about the lane contamination at the moment. They're gonna pick up everything regardless. Okay, this next line is going to be... Oh. I'm realizing that if I put that there... I can do that and add the ceramic composite on this line. Like so. Ta-da! Okay, that is engine units. Ta-da! We have done the thing. We have gotten engine units. Okay. Is there a convenient nearby source of oil? Not really. Outside of the starting zone. Starting zone should have a couple of oil deposits that I guess I'll have to use. Because the closest oil is this set of 4, I think, up there. I could continue, like, looking over here to see if there's anything a little bit closer. But unfortunately, I don't think there is. Yeah, we still get ants, and then we have tons of, like, little fruit flies everywhere inside the house right now. They're so small the cats don't even see them. They don't notice the tiny fruit flies buzzing around. Alright, looks like we do not have oil in here, which sucks. I could build a car. The problem is fueling car. That's the problem. Even though I can build it. Oh right, I've got red belt access now. I'm not gonna do the red belts at the moment. I'm walking through a forest of fuel. So the thing is, the vehicle does not use wood as fuel. There is specific vehicle fuel in this mod. You have to make fuel out of either light oil or solid fuel and hydrogen. That's the problem. Yeah, it is very specific. You have to make this for the car. So, diesel trains are going to need the plastic for the red circuits anyway. Just looking at my options for what I can do next. Check if there's an option to change car fuel. Well, I'd have to actually build the car in the first place. I'm pretty sure that they made it so that you can actually pick up the car after building it. When Krastorio 1 first released, the initial Krastorio release, you couldn't actually pick up your car particularly quickly. They made the pickup time really long because it's a car, it weighs a lot. But no one liked that. It's like, no, I need to pick up my car. I really need to be able to pick up the car. So, just in case I can't actually pick it up again. Ta-da. So, fuel. It uses fuel. Biofuel, advanced fuel, and that's about it. It also has an equipment grid, for whatever reason. Don't think I have any equipment for it, but hey. An option would mean going into settings, and it would most likely be a startup setting under Krastorio. Really, you could just give yourself inventory slots. Interesting. And you can increase your reach. Da, 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 da. So there's rebalance vehicle fuel usage that is on by default. Rebalances vehicle and fuel stats, changing recipes, which fuels are consumed, and fuel usage. So this is what changes the car. You can untick this tick box, and it will probably turn the car back to vanilla fuel. But it's one of this is the features of Krastorio. It's like you're literally turning off features of Krastorio at that point. So it's like, nah. Is there's the thing with the radar, which starts you off with the which changes the radars. You've got changes to fuels. Different power poles, areas, and such. Oh, it just comes with infinite technology. So I don't even need that mod. If it literally comes with it, I don't even need infinite technology. I didn't add that, gosh, I didn't add that other mod either that is for the personal upgrades, quality of life research. Yeah, there's a compatibility patch for quality of life research / version of the mod for Krastorio that makes it so that you can actually take the techs here, because there's no building that lets you do these techs, do these researches, because the building that takes the optimization tech cards does not accept these other tech cards. It's weird. Okay, moving right along. The next order of business is oil processing, which, yeah, that's going to need a few things. I'm going to need to be able to make some of those and some of those. Sure, I'll make fuel refineries so that I am able to make fuel for the car. Eventually. Okay, to the starting zone. We go. Now, plastic is going to need more coal. Fortunately, I have plenty of coal to work with. Okay, I need to have a look at... I need to have a look at the actual throughput of these. So I'm going to need to build a few storage tanks. Go and put that there, and power it up, and we're gonna count 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. So every cycle, we're getting 1,000 units. Now, this number is not accurate on actual craft time. The number there is not accurate. So every 1 second mining speed, we are in fact getting 1,000 units of oil from this particular machine. We also have 10% productivity bonus, which means we're actually getting 10% more than that. So we're getting 1,100 per second on average of crude oil from a single oil pump jack. And we'll get the same amount through the other as well. And in order to actually get that amount, I have to put it directly into a tank. it has to go like direct into a tank. So this has a pretty big internal fluid box size. Vanilla would be 100. Vanilla would be 100 units at high percentages like this. So yeah, it's a few units of stuff. They definitely increased this fluid box in the pump jack, which is much appreciated. Very, very much appreciated. Means I don't need to worry so much about these locations for oil. So, you know, 2,200 units of oil just hanging out. I can make basically as much as I want. Oh hey, there's kerosene. Kerosene exists. Add steam, get more water back than you put in. Don't know how that works, but you get more water back than you put in to make the kerosene. What do I need kerosene for? What do I need you for? You make solid fuel eventually, and rocket fuel. So we actually get a nice way of getting into kerosene without any byproducts, or getting into a solid fuel without any byproducts. That's nice. Same with the rocket fuel. There's a nice rocket fuel method here of getting into rocket fuel without having to deal with doing any of the oil processing with heavy, light, and petroleum. If you kerosene your fuel, your solid fuel, you get a whole bunch of rocket fuel just out of kerosene, basically out of crude oil. Now this desulfurized kerosene, actually spelled correctly for once, with the Z. This is gonna be used apparently also to make rocket fuel and solid fuel. I wonder if that's a better ratio. But it's also used to make this diesel fuel unit for the diesel trains. And that can be further processed into this energized diesel fuel unit as well. But you need to be able to make these charged mysterious energy crystals from mysterious energy crystals from acid, water, and stone. Can I, like, just get acid water consistently? That would be great. Yeah, you can. Out of acid gas. Which, oh boy. Now, that's different. Now that's different. All right, then. If it's pronounced like a Z, it's a Z. It's desulfurized kerosene. If it's pronounced as a Z, it's a Z. Anyway, things. I'm just gonna place down the building. You, at the start, you are able to make petroleum gas out of 100 units. 20 into 9. Okay, yeah, we've got 110 that we would need to process all this, or 55 to process all that crude oil. Sulfur actually has an official spelling. Pretty sure. And it is, I'm pretty sure, F and not PH as the official elemental spelling of sulfur. One and only. It's not like aluminum versus aluminium, which technically both are accepted scientifically. Anyway, stuff and things. I will need a few more of these at some point. What do we want to start with for our throughput? Because I can have as much as I want. Well, I guess we should start with looking at plastic then. So give me some of those sewing machines. Whoops. Because these are what will make the plastic. No, these are not what will make the plastic. That would be chemical plants. Excuse me. Chemical plants. If I want 2 plastic for 1 chemical plant, I am going to need 20 petroleum, which is the output of 3. Where do I get to a multiple of 20? I don't, ever. Okay, that's a multiple of 20 right there. I need 20 oil refineries. So, you realize that with this mod set, with Krastorio, we've got sulfur spelled with an F, and then aluminium spelled with the extra I on 248K. Excuse me. This one's aluminium, whereas you've got sulfur with an F. And you know the game was made by folks in Europe, so if they wanted to spell sulfur with PH, they could have, but they didn't. Because, you know, the sulfur item is vanilla stock item. Alright, well, how much actual plastic am I interested in making? Probably a lot. Like a yellow belt. A lot, so I'll need 150, which... 17. I'm gonna need a few more oil refineries, I think. So let me figure out what I need to grab to build those. I need my bricks. I need stone bricks. You, mine. Oh, I need ceramic composite, so I will grab ceramic composite. That should be 17. And then we're going to put it on the bus, so I have to bring the oil down, which means lots of those. The question is, over these cello distances, of course. Over these distances, can I support up to 1100 per second on the oil, crude oil? Probably not, is the answer. Sure, go here. And then we get to do our oil refining out this way. Need a gap of 1. And just because I can, I'm going to put these right in there. To this day, I still don't like the change that they made to oil in the vanilla game. So that's 12 of 17. Oh, it didn't add it because I didn't have it. Great. Thank you for a lot more movement speed. That would be great. Much appreciated. From there, I guess technically I'll take the personal battery and these techs, because why not? I guess I could get the capacity bonus, because that'll give me the non-stack inserter capacity bonus here. You know, I'm gonna focus on getting into that, because that will basically double the throughput on even the yellow inserters. Okay. I am over here to grab more regular pipes. So yeah, I do not like that they got rid of heavy and light oil out of the basic oil processing. I still, to this day, don't think that that was a great decision. It felt completely pointless, needless. Like, they already had a balanced game. Balanced mechanics around it. Like, they didn't need to touch it at all. Hey, thank you for subscribing to the channel. The idea being that you're going to need to learn to balance the heavy, light, and petroleum outputs anyway. Why does it matter when they do this? They got rid of heavy light. They got rid of heavy and light oil as outputs from the basic oil processing recipe. Going from 0.17 to 0.18, around that time, but like during 0.17, I think. Before the quote-unquote official release of the game. They did this primarily for the new player experience, which I would argue that any player not willing to learn the handling of heavy light and petroleum has already quit the game by the time they get here. The majority of people who don't have the mindset for Factorio will quit in the beginning phases of the game. Those who get to this point are not going to quit at this point, generally. And it is a mechanic that you have to learn, dealing with the multiple output of fluids from a single building. Thing is, all they really did was kick the can to a slightly later phase of the game. If people are quitting at oil processing, they're going to quit at oil processing once they have the multiple outputs, because they will need the multiple outputs to complete the game, no matter what. So they just pushed the speed bump from blue science to purple yellow. They didn't really fix a thing. They just moved the issue to later. Like, for existing players who've played the game already and you already know how to deal with the outputs, it was never going to be a problem when you have to do it. If you're a new player, the argument was that you would not have your, or that you would have your buildings not quite built in a great way. Well, with the fluids, you learn fluids with putting in water into your boilers. Like, putting water into boilers, water is a fluid. But this is the first time you're dealing with a system that has multiple outputs, period. The oil processing is it should not, like, the fact that you're dealing with fluid should not really be part of the conversation, because whether or not it's fluids or solids is irrelevant when the whole point is you're dealing with an item in into multi-item out. It is a multiple item out. It's the first multiple item out that you come across in the vanilla game. And it comes up, it is required to complete the game, regardless of the timing. And I would argue that it is more respectful of my time the earlier that comes in. If I were to quit the game because I can't figure out the dealing with the multi output mechanic here, I would rather that be sooner in the experience so that I can spend my time on other things, rather than have to sit and wait for longer in the game before hitting this roadblock. Just get it over with. Just get it done, get it presented, and get it over with. I mean, they don't have data on when players quit. Nothing scientific. Steam doesn't know what phase of the game you're at when you stop playing the game. They only see time spent in the game. And generic achievement status. That's all they really have to go by is achievements to figure out how far a player gets in the game. I mean, that's one of the reasons why achievements for, like, story progression exists in video games, is so that the developers actually have that data point for how far the player base gets in their game. Which I'm pretty sure that in the base game, there's like some technologies here, like research oil processing, and then some thing that you get after doing the oil, which is like, okay, so people stop playing between this and this. Or, people just start playing modded games and don't get achievements anymore. There's that too. Anyway, let's keep on going with this. Spending a little bit too much time distracted here. Ah, da 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 da, I need you to make wonderful things. Hmm. You can make sulfuric acid out of the acid water. Interesting. So, plastic. This will need coal, and it will need petroleum. And I wanted 7 of these buildings, which means I need to make another one of these buildings. Alright, let's get some power in. Get the output inserters. Or outserters. If they're outputting, are they called outserters rather than inserters? If you're outputting with them rather than inputting with them? Shouldn't they be called outserters? Okay, let's get these done. You've always called the output ones outserters? Yeah. Okay. So that's the plastic. That's the last item I need to get into red circuits. Do I need to get into red circuits before setting up trains and rails and all that? Because realistically, this whole time we have had access to rails and most of the other stuff in here. So here's the thing about locomotives. I'm going to get a few units of rails and build a locomotive. I'm pretty sure locomotives also follow this same fuel requirement as cars. So let's just get a few units of rail and pull the steel down, because I will need steel for the rails. Yeah, big Ollie. Big kitty. Wow, that takes forever to build a locomotive. Wow, that takes a long time. Why is this? Oh, it's a 60-second recipe, and yet handcrafting is what, 50%? So it takes 2 minutes? Ah, great. Default handcrafting speed, I think, is 50%. I could be wrong about that. Or it might be times 1, but that really did not feel like 1 minute. Okay, build units of rail. Enough to place down the locomotive. Fuels. You can actually take regular wood and coal and coke. Thank God. It can even run off of small electric power poles. We can run our train off of power poles. Interesting. So I think to start here, what I'm gonna do is use more petroleum and make fuel, and make blah. Make blah. Yes, very specific of me. I will make solid fuel and use the solid fuel, I suppose, to make regular fuel and use that. Why, hello there, Ave. We are officially halfway through the stream at this point. Yes, we are officially halfway through the stream. We are going to be making fuel. To do that, I need more stuffs. I need things. I need these. Glorious. You know, I might actually want to do the kerosene. If I had the kerosene solid fuel, which I don't. That technology has not happened yet. So, you. Solid fuel. 10 for half. And the solid fuel has what now? 75, 75 vehicle acceleration and top speed bonuses. Got 75, 75, and 20, whereas fuel, this stuff is 15 megajoules each, but you get 10 from 6, so you get more fuel value by converting solid fuel to fuel, and it does not have... Actually, you know, these might be penalties. 75, 75. Yeah, I think that's penalties, technically. So you get rid of the penalties to acceleration and top speed. Alright then, and this will use 0.6 to make 1, so a little less than 1 per second of fuel, which, you know, that's gonna be plenty. That's gonna be plenty with trains and stuff. What it does need is hydrogen, so we need to get hydrogen, which means electrolysis from water and sand, which means an electrolyzer, electrolysis plant. I've also got this filtration plant, filters out some materials from liquids. It's a shame we don't have, like, an air extractor. But no, we have to make the electrolysis plant, and we have to deal with that chlorine as well, so that's what that flare stack's gonna be for. We're gonna get rid of that. And we will need to build a crusher to make the sand. Destroy. Now, this whole process will be done on the train network, because we are... Spoilers, we are going to be starting to build out the things that we need to set up trains at this point. I do not believe that I need any... I don't need the red circuits yet. I can make the red circuits. I can make red circuits now that I have plastic. So I could continue progression with main bus, but I want to switch to trains at this point. I will say that at the start, my train station is likely going to exist in order to feed the main bus for a little while, at least. If only because I don't have robots for mall logistics. So essentially, what the main bus will become is like a belt-fed mall that will get its belts of input from the train station. just not running with bots. It's going to look a little weird. But if I can do that and get everything that I need to build the base getting built in here, well, then I can just build out the rail network as I would any other rail network. The key first steps to the rail network, though, are setting up the fueling station, which, of course, this will be the process that I use for the fueling station. Unfortunately, this does use hydrogen. This does use hydrogen, which means I will need stone to crush into sand to then filter with electrolysis. You do sand and water to get hydrogen. This makes 10 hydrogen. I need 5 per building. 1.2, whatever. I'll build 3 here. Whoops. I built a flare stack. I'm gonna shift all this up just a bit. There you go. Output, input. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Gib the crusher stone. And Gib everything power. Also outputs. Now, please tell me that this can actually get vented, flared. Yes. Yes, it can. Thank goodness. One and one, huh? We can't even use it right now. You can apparently make hydrogen chloride, make rocket fuel out of hydrogen chloride, which is completely renewable rocket fuel. Ish. I mean, you still need the sand and iron to make rocket fuel. Not really worth it considering that the forgot lane balancing on plastic. I guess. Yeah. Boink, boink, boink-ish. That's fine. That'll work. Doesn't necessarily matter at the moment, but there we go. Alright, we have fuel. Glorious, beautiful fuel with its stack size of 400. Yeah. A lot better than this stack size of 50. Yeah, so that's the other benefit of fuel. Stuff will not have to get refueled all that often. The trains will not need to refuel all that often because of this 400 stack size. I'm gonna steal everything. I now have access to car! Glorious car! Where'd I leave the car? I left the car over here, didn't I? So let's get car. Vehicle. The vehicle. You, glorious vehicle, now have fuel and I can drive you. Yay! Speed, glorious speed. Ish. Alright. Let's automate everything else. I mean, I guess full stop, but everything else related to the production of trains. I need more belt. Because yeah, I want everything related to trains automated and getting built for me. Belt. Glorious belt. I need more belt. Thank you for belt. That's a lot of belt. That's a lot of belt there that I just picked up. I'm gonna need big boxes too. Big boxes will be great. Including actual like warehouse size boxes. That'll be good too. I want warehouse size boxes for the rails. And I need these guys. Alright, so you are going to make rails. We're going to start that off first thing. You need 1.5 beams. How many beams are made from steel in a single building? That's not much. Alright, well. I could surround the building. Yeah, sure. And then, you know, bring in that stone. 3 stone per second. Probably just gonna be a thingy there. Do I even have the 3 steel? Of course I do. Whoops. Go gadget steel and go my glorious beautiful stone. Go ahead and get all that powered up. And that is how you rail. Give me warehouse. And now I will accrue a few units of rail. 500 with a stack size of 400? No, 100. Okay. 500 times 100. 5,000 units of rails. Plus. That's a good start. Not 5,000, 50,000 units of rails. Excuse me. Yeah. This is fine. This is fine. I'm okay with this. Next up, we need to get things like the train stops, the signals, the locomotives, and the wagons, and the supply and request stations, the train requesters, which needs lamps, and the bulk rail loaders and unloaders, as well as wires and combinators. And I think that's it. So I need to get, you know, bunches of stuffs. I could make stack inserters. I don't need them. I could make them because I can make the red circuits. We're going to do the building of more things over here, and I'm going to need way more of these guys. Which, you know, is probably just going to mean automating those two. Yes, give copper. Okay. As fuel just accrues. Yes, glorious fuel. Okay. I believe that I will begin using all of this stuff. I'm going to be using all of this stuff, so let's bring it all down. Alright, what to start with? Start with the locomotives. I need to get the engines onto the bus here. We'll just arbitrarily have this here as the start of a new line, have more fluids in between here. I just need to ensure that I, like, have that marked. Okay, so that is going to be engine units in, along with the steel. You use electronics. Right, I should put, like, output line of electronics for this, because not much is going to actually use the full amount of an electronics setup. Let's copy paste from here. Change all these. So we need iron, wood, copper. Come on down, wood. Copper goes on the inside lane, or line. That is that. Then actually needs to go down. I want to combine it with steel, I think. And have the other thingy be that. I've got steel here. So actually I need this. There we go. Now, I hope that's not in the way. Okay, it's barely not in the way. These have stack size 5, but it'll take a very long time to actually build them. With a build rate of, this is 0.75, yeah, crafting speed, and the recipe is 60 seconds. Yeah, that'll take a while for each unit. Yeah, 0.01 locomotive. Yeah, that's quite a lot of stuff there. In fact, I'm gonna give you another thingy. Okay, what's next? While I'm here. I have... Yeah, so I'm gonna do that. You are going to be red wire. You are going to be green wire. And yeah, it is exact. I will need 2. There we go. So there's our wires. Electronic circuits and iron plate. Great. Great job, of course. So the train stops need steel and electrics. Alright then. Keeping in mind that these stations use the train stops as well. You need iron and iron sticks. Iron sticks. Iron. Why, hello, technology. Go ahead and give me all of these that I haven't picked up in a while. Yeah, that's a bit of handcrafting speed that I could use. So that's the iron in. These can be limited a bit. Of course, the other stuff is going to use like all the output from this guy. And it's all going to be very, very limited by actual input throughput. It's fine. We'll be fine. And you, of course, need actual iron plates as well. Oh boy. There we go. Next up, what do we got? We've got... great, that uses rails for those. Wonderful. Wonderful, they use rails. Next up, we need the signals. We also need the wagons. So we still need signals, wagons, and combinators and loaders, bulk rail loaders, unloaders. And yeah. Then we're basically done. There's still quite a few things to get automated here. Let's go with... oh yeah, and I do want to have the containers, potentially. At minimum, I would like to have the underground tank here, the 213, 2-13. Because, I mean, that is just pipe to grounds, though. Whatever. So what do I want to start with? Let's start with the signals. If we get any electronics down the line, if we even get any down that line, these build pretty fast, so I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. But these are going to fill. These will fill up. So if I have anything after this that needs electronics, it's probably just not going to get it for a long time. You know, like these guys. You know, like these guys. These wonderful combinators. Part of me is thinking maybe copy that, paste it up here, and do this. I do need to make more. Wonderful assembling machine twos. You don't need iron. You need the copper. How am I going to get you the copper? There. You have copper. Enjoy. I guess I should probably pick up regular assembling machines to speed up this process. Yeah, let's break all that. Handcrafting. Get rid of all that handcrafting. Start going down here. I didn't take my car. I should have taken the car. Oh well. Grab that, and then we can build a few things. Yeah, then we can build a few things. Makes it much faster. Okay, we will limit this each to a stack. Don't need too many of those. Moving right along, I will make... what next? So we still need the wagons, we still need the loaders. And I need the train requester lamps. So I guess technically the lamps are next. Okay, so circuits are there. You take iron and glass. You take copper, of course. So I need to bring in glass. probably going to be way out here with this glass. There we go. There's the glass. Oh boy. Power. Everything needs power. Okay. Alright. Now, wagons. So this is just iron and steel to make cargo wagons, ultimately. It needs steel beams and iron gears. So usually, the way I'll do this is I will have an iron gears on one. I will have the building in the middle, making cargo wagons, and then I'll have steel beams on the other, although... Alright, fluid wagons contain multiple things. More than just the gears, so I'll be doing another gear on them. Okay, steel beam. Bring that iron up. Do you take steel plate? No, you take iron plate. I need power poles. Oh, hey, I can build medium electric power poles. Hell, hey, I can build big electric power poles. I completely forgot about those. I need to build those. I need to automate both of these things. The medium and the big poles. Yeah. Yeah, there's no getting around that. I have to automate those. So both of these will need the composite. This will need steel beams, this needs iron beams and iron sticks and copper cables. Great! That's making that. Yep, the big poles are the most important item for the train network. Iron stick, or beams and sticks. Iron beam, iron stick. How many iron sticks? 6. Yeah, we're not making 6. That's not happening. That ain't happening. That ain't happening. This will be the ceramic composite. Right up here. Way up here. Oh, composite, it's your time. There we go. We have need of your services. Of course, I'm going to do this way. And then I'm going to have to bring in the steel on the other side for the big guns. We needed a big guns. Yeah. You guys. Yes, you beautiful stuffs. Yeah, that. Steel beams. That. I'm gonna offset that by 1 so I have enough space for the thingy. I want the full box of you. Just add steel. Ta-da! Okay. Good. Even better now that we're actually storing our wagons, cargo wagons. I need the fluid wagons still. Okay. Fluid wagons. Our wonderful fluid wagon. It needs storage tanks, pipes, gears, and steel plates. Yeah, so it needs these, which are iron plates and iron beams. As well as iron plates. Oh, you just needed the beams. Whoops. So there's your beams. Hey, I've got medium power poles now, don't I? Yup. Yoppers. I now have medium power poles. Huzzah. Oh hey, I have some big power poles. Huzzah. How, wow. I think that's a little different from vanilla. I don't know about you. And I don't know how they changed the big power poles, but I think that's a little bit more distance than vanilla. Pretty sure that's a little bit more distant than vanilla. That's definitely a bit of a bigger area with these medium poles. Yeah, I can replace several small power poles with one medium. Don't need to at this moment in time, though. Alright, the way that I'm going to do this, I'm going to put it in a box. And I'm going to steal from the box. I will steal from the box. To build the fluid wagon. Now, fluid wagon needs pipe, as well as iron gears and steel plates. So, same format. This does not need iron plate, this needs steel plate from here. But that needs iron, that needs iron. And this needs to offload into a chest. And that needs to be gears. Ta-da! Alright, that's the wagons now done. And then there was the bulk rail loaders and unloaders. Okay, these guys need lots of iron-related stuff, as well as electronic circuits, as well as rail. Well, I guess I'm going to bring the line of rail all the way up here. And we're going to build similarly to this right here. Huzzah. Unloader. Should just be the identical recipe. So do that. Do that. You need iron plates and electronics and output to chest and then rail. Should have added a little bit of space here. Should have added a little bit more space through here so that I can input the rail from there. Wow, that's nice. Just 2 power poles. 2 entire power poles. La dee 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 da, running the belt. Okay. We're gonna limit this to 3 stacks each. I think a stack size is only 5 on each of these. No, it's 10. So, yeah, that should be plenty. That should be plenty. And all that's left is rails. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that's all I need to establish a rail system. There are still other things. There are still other things I need. Aww. Aww, baby. Aww, the baby. The Ollie. Yes, the Ollie. He's comfy. I do need to automate the production of these assembling machine 2s. That is one of the primary things that I need. I also need... What? There's something else I wanted. What was it? I want steel furnaces. And, like, the arc furnace stuff. Can destroy any item. Every item can vent oxygen, water, and turn steam and dirty water back into water. Can vent water. That's nice. But yeah, I would like to automate arc furnaces, metal casters, and the purifiers. Yeah. It will not vent any other fluid but water and oxygen. I mean, yeah, that's fine. We have the flare stack to get rid of stuff. There's Krastorio stuff to get rid of that. Yep. Glorious Krastorio voiding also exists. Yeah, so I do want to have the arc furnace, metal caster, and purifier automated, as well as the assembling machine 2s. So for the assembling machine 2s, the issue is being able to do it here and being able to fit electronics in here. Do I even still have... Yes, I do. Getting electronics in here is doable. It just has to go, like, that way. Oh, I need more undergrounds. So this line is basically the iron plus wood line. You know, it's this. It's this stuff. If I already have it, no point bringing it off the bus again. Okay, that makes things much, much, much simpler. Okay, I will need to bring the steel in, and I will need the iron gears, which, you know, conveniently, I have here. I need more inserters. Thank you for the inserters. Yes. Go. Go up. Up is awesome. Circuits, the assemblers, and composite. So I need essentially 2 lines here. Because I need to... I need to Alright, you know what? Done. Done. I'd like to swap the lines, but whatever. It's low enough throughput anyway. So I need the steel. Steel and the aluminum ceramic composite. Aluminium ceramic composite. There we go. Am I familiar with the Princess Bride? Not, no. I know the name. I have not watched. At least I haven't watched within memory. Alright, that can go there. That can go there, and then all y'all. Alright, we are automated on these assembling machines. Excellent. Ta freaking da. I do need to upgrade all these, though. That will speed this up a little bit. Ideally enough. May you suggest some extra mods? Depends on what they're adding. What are the mods? I might have already, like, thought about them at some point. Advanced fluid handling. Ah, see, that I will not use, ever. That's the one that lets you put in, like, pipes that are directly next to each other without them connecting like that, right? Yeah, this is a fundamental Factorio mechanic that I am completely okay with existing, and I don't want to get rid of it. Like this, the fundamental restriction of not being able to have 2 different items on solid pipes that are directly adjacent to each other like this. This is a fundamental, like, balancing aspect of Factorio that you can't have that, and yeah, just I don't want to get rid of it. It won't feel like Factorio anymore. That's one of the balancing things that I'm pretty strict on. Is like, actually, pipes need to behave like pipes, like the game's way of handling the pipes. Yeah, and I get you can do fancy things with the undergrounds as well, but again, like fundamentally Factorio mechanic, you have undergrounds only being able to go straight without having the ability to have like curved undergrounds, turned undergrounds, whatever. There is a mod that does have the ability to build specific like straight pipe segments. And I thought it was advanced fluid handling. It's like you can build a pipe that is a quote-unquote straight pipe, a very specific straight pipe that is not able to connect on the sides of the pipe. And then you can have individual lines of straight pipes directly next to each other. I mean, yeah, I'm sure it looks great, but the game was not designed around that being a mechanic that should exist. As nice as it would be, it's not necessary. It's very similar to why I don't really use the bobs and inserters either. It's like, really, they're not necessary. And in order for my builds to like be emulated, to help keep my builds accessible to people, not everyone is going to be using advanced fluid handling. Not everyone is going to be using bobs and inserters. So if I do a build, I want it to be as vanilla, ideally, logistically as possible. So it's like when we get to these logistics things, it has to work vanilla. I much prefer it being able to work vanilla. Now, yeah, of course, this mod has, like, choosing your lanes. Duh, we can't choose our lanes in vanilla. This is a function of this specific mod, because this specific mod is designed around this concept in mind. Like, I'll use it when it's part of the mod set. Like, if I'm playing with bobs, I'll use bobs inserters, because I'm playing with bobs. And angels, most of the time. Like, if it's part of the set, I'll use the feature of the set. But if it's not part of the set, I'm not going to use that. Okay. Next, I wanted those furnaces. And they're going to need stuffs. They're going to need steel and things. Steel and things, yeah. This line here, I think. So let me start plonking. So I can start building. Alright, that's steel and iron and stone. Great. I have deadlocks loaders. I've decided that I'm not going to use them, and I will eventually be removing that mod from my mod list. Because the game comes with its own loaders, and I will use the game's loaders that it comes with. So you need iron gills? Gills? You need iron gills? No, you need iron gears. And stone furnaces. And these, obviously, being stone furnaces, they need stone! Who would have thunk? Who would have thunk? Stone furnaces need stone. And I'm realizing I'll have to move that. That can reach. That can reach. And that can reach. I'll have to hop here. Stone, come on down. Why do I have an odd number of underground belts? Interesting. Interesting. I'm not sure. I've just noticed I have an odd number of underground belts. Well, we're just gonna manage. Right, and I need the iron for you. Da ba 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 da ba 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 ba. And go ahead and output into chest. Give chests. Yeah. Why an odd number of undergrounds? Just try not to waste too much time with that. With that answer to that question. It's like, why do I have an odd number? I should not have an odd number. They're always paired. So there's something somewhere that isn't paired. Isn't here. Alright, those are getting made, thankfully. Oh, that's 20 per stack. Oh, you can me too. The next item after the arc furnace is the metal caster that uses steel plates, circuits, and gears. Well, that's a very simple. That's a very, very, very simple build. That's already done. Yeah, that's that. It's done. So huzzah, metal casters. And then end off with purifiers, which is the same exact thing. Well, alrighty then. Just gotta get the iron somehow over. You know, game. I need more undergrounds. You know what? I'm here. I will craft some. Yeah, I don't think I have any recipes eating underground belts. I definitely have a recipe that eats underground pipes, so the pipes will get to be odd numbers on occasion. I found it, potentially. No, this was intentional. This was intentional. That is done, and we're back to being odd. Alright, that is arc furnaces, metal casters, and purifiers. Which are necessary if I am to scale my iron, steel, copper, aluminium, etc. Like, all of that was to be able to scale this on the train network. Yep, it's likely that. If I look at the assembling machine, there might be one in hand. Or an odd number. No, there's not. There is not. there's an even number inside of the machine, there's nothing in the hand, and there's an even number in the chest. So if I had pulled it out when it was mid-swing to top out, there would be an odd number in here. So I just have a rogue underground somewhere. Somewhere something's gone rogue. And I don't know where. I'm not going to put too much thought into it, but just so's we all know, that is a thing that has happened. Yeah, you can just do this and count and look for an odd number. It might be in there. It might be somewhere in here. That says 49. That says 43. No, but that says 46. See, it's not... It's going to be difficult to use the thingy here, the copy-paste, because you're going to get unpaired undergrounds. You're going to end up with unpaireds. See, that everything is paired, and I can tell everything is paired. Anyway, now that I have all of that done, I think it's time to actually get the rails. I think it's time for rails. Is it time to place rails? It might be that time. I'm just trying to think of what other logistical items I would want to automate now. Because yes, of course, there's much more stuff I will need. Like, you know, pump jacks, oil refineries, chemical plants, flare stacks, fuel refineries, electrolysis, plants, filtration plants, greenhouses, crushers, steel furnaces. Right, I wanted steel furnaces. That's right, I wanted steel furnaces. Yes. Steel furnaces needs steel plate and stone brick. Yeah. I need to sneak that in somewhere. Oh, great. More. Well, that was easy. Anything else? Anything else? I think I'm good. Sentinels would be nice. Like, radar in general. Where is radar even? Why do you need chem tech to get radars? Excuse me? Okay, that I would frankly consider this a bug. No, I think that there's a bug here. I think that these tech costs are reversed. These tech costs are reversed. And this shouldn't be unlocked by chem tech cards. This should not be unlocked by chem tech cards. There is a logical error here in that this is logistic tech to unlock the thing that needs rare metals, steel, and plastic through advanced circuits. Yeah, this is reversed on the science costs. It should be that I have access to regular radars at logistics science. These techs are not being modified by 248K. These technologies are not being modified by 248K. These are Krastorio technologies. These are Krastorio 2 only. This is an issue with Krastorio itself. In my opinion, these technologies are reversed in their costs. Their tech card selections. This should be the chemical tech. This should be a logistics tech. There's no reason for this to use basic automation and logistics to unlock this resource, this building with these items. You say in your current K2 SE, the radar is green and advanced radar is blue. The game would tell me that 248K is changing these technologies. It is not. It would have a little arrow after Krastorio 2 and then 248K if that was the cause of this. It would have a little arrow and then 248K. Like every other thing. Like this. This says that 248K mods base mod and then Krastorio 2 mods 248K on Chemtech cards. That does not happen with radar or advanced radar. Yeah, if it was 248K, the game would say so. And if it is 248K, I have no idea how they would have managed to do that. To make it so that it's like somehow modifying the technology without the game knowing that it's modifying the technology. Like, the game knows what mods are modifying what. Especially with tech. The game, like, has to keep track of that, and it absolutely tells you. For bug reporting, if anything. Okay, after all of that discussion, Where is my most recent like fixed modular rails or foundation? Do we want to use foundation again? I like using foundation. Foundation rails are decent enough, I suppose. Create a copy, stick it in there. We're doing the right-hand drive length 3. Is this my fixed one? I don't know. I don't remember, honestly. If it has the thing, so I haven't fixed this one. Do I have that fixed version in here? Probably not. No. Let's go to my own Discord. Let's go to my own Discord. Bring up string sharing. Da, 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 da. Did I ever share this? There's right-hand drive foundation rail blueprint for Newlius that has pylons. Okay, that's the one. That's the one. I found it. Import. Import. Where's import? Blueprint. I need to. All right, can I just throw out there the stupidity? There we go. Import string. There we go. This is the foundation rail buffered intersection that has been fixed to get rid of specific signals that were in here that were preventing straight traffic. That's part of this initial thing. I do have links to the full foundation rails blueprint book as well as to my fixed version of the buffered intersection here. This is version 3.1.4. Don't know if it's been updated at any point. Foundation, because I have a link to the Factorio prints page for this. It is currently on what version? It was apparently last updated 6 months ago. Most recent version is different. Hey, hey. Did you fix the right-hand drive? 3.4.1. They did not fix the right-hand drive issue. The issue was not fixed. It is a K2 bug? Good. As I said, with that technology, this seems like a K2 bug. These texts should not be this order. So, yeah, the issue is that we have this signal here and this signal here on these like turns, and we have this signal here and this signal here. Unless it's changed so that this signal is on this curved rail, as it turns out, we have signals on both sides of this segment, which for whatever reason prevents the vehicles, the traffic, from going straight across here. The trains will not go straight. They will not go straight through this particular intersection, which sucks. It sucks completely. I do not like it, which is why I have forever kept using my own blueprint. Where did that just go? Oh, it put the book in the book, because yes, we have recursive blueprint books now. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this as this, and we'll just go with it. Put that there. And now we get to figure out how we're gonna build this. Where and how. Because I do want some semblance of order among the chaos. And I also have to decide, am I going to build grid or am I not? Are we gonna grid or are we not gonna grid? And if we grid, how big will we grid? Etc. 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 Our last playthrough that we streamed was large scale grid with Pyanodon's Alien Life. The grids were essentially a gap of 3 of these foundation rails. So there was a foundation rail intersection every 5. Like, you could fit 3 entire one of these massive intersections in between each actual full-size intersection. That was the scale of the grid. It was massive and completely necessary. It was massive and completely necessary. So, how do I want the rail system to behave in this playthrough? I genuinely think that this particular playthrough, I am going to keep it simple, and we are not going to focus on a grid. If squares happen, they'll happen, but I think I will keep it as natural as possible this time. We will have natural rail lines. Which could mean that occasionally trains have to take a somewhat circuitous path to get to their intended destinations. But if I notice that happening, I'll just build a shortcut line. Where will we start is a great question. Ideally, somewhere where I can make a fueling station relatively easily. What do we need for fuel? We need stone, oil, and that's it. We need and that's it. We need stone and oil. Stone and oil. Because we have the water, we just need the stone and the oil for the sand. So, stone and oil, huh? Well, oil, stone, stone. So I think we'll be starting up here. And we also have coal that we can mine, get on the trains as well. So I think we'll start up here. All right then. Vehicle. Do I have everything that I need? Probably not. I'm gonna want you. Definitely lots of you and lots of you. Get some of this raw material out of my inventory. That would be great. Combinator. I'll take both the combinators. I'll take these stations. I will take cargo wagons. I don't need the fluid wagons quite yet. And I think that's it. And just lots of rail. Let's go. Now, I will mention that the process of building the rail network is one of those things that I would consider to be tedious. I would absolutely define building the rail network at scale to be tedious. So we're going to be building some rail today. And I may, most likely, be continuing to build off-screen more of the rail network, getting the rail skeleton in place. That is something that that I will not subject folks to consistently. We're here to design factories, not place rail. Right? Like we're here for the design of the factories and the building of the factories, not for placing rail for hours. And at times it can take hours. So I'm gonna place rails. There would be some benefit to the train station designing. So we'll see. I mean, I've got like 6 minutes. Okay, I've got like 6 minutes. We can have our discussion about the train stations another day after I build them. Oh hey, we've got Immersite. Yay! So I've now located Immersite. Thank God, at least one node of that. Alright. So, somewhere in here, I'm going to start my rails. I think right below this guy. And where do I want intersection 1? Where shall intersection 1 live? Probably out here. Right there. It has been decided. Intersection 1 lives here. And then you can see why I have nanobots. Then we can see the exact reason why I have nanobots. In fact, I will likely need to fill up my car with more nanobot ammo. And just more building materials in general. for placing these rails. So this is the foundation rail intersection, buffered intersection. It's a little bit large, but that's, excuse me. So the fixed version of my thingy isn't actually centered the same way as the rest of the book. Okay then. I can either change everything in the book or change the blueprint for this guy. And I will change the blueprint for this guy. Which means spending more ammo to pick it up and then put it back down again. As I mentioned, I'm going to be building this rail network off screen. Because I'm using a blueprint book anyway. Like, what? I don't really have too much to discuss in regards to rail mechanics in general. It just works. It just works. It's right-hand drive. It works. It's fine. So what do I need to change here? I need to change this grid position. The Y value, I think. Okay, that got to there. Uh, 18. There we go. Well, that got it on one side, so I need to change the X, I think, as well. Yeah, the X is off. Or the grid size is off. Hold on. What's the grid size? You're 48, 48 to negative 20. 2 negative 20. Yeah, that works on that, but not on that. Yeah, and then it doesn't overlap itself when you rotate. Huh. I'll have to... $48, 48 to negative 20. Yeah, I thought as much. 50. 48, 50, negative 2, 18. So that keeps it all aligned because it's in the middle. Now it's a matter of grid size. So the thing is absolutely centered so that I can rotate. The issue is that this 48, 48, 0, 0 is not the same as 12, 12. That's the one. At least I thought I did. 12, 12, absolute XY offset. I have to key it in to the correct offset. Because obviously it's not 12, 12. It might be 24, 24. Aha! It's not quite there. It's not quite there. I think it needs to be, so the issue is that it's, with it being 24, we don't get this level of movement. Ah. That should do it. I just now need to be like 100, no, 78, 5, 65, 4, 3, 2, 3, negative 20, 12, 10, 8, 6, 6, 64, 3, 2, 1, 2. Ta-da! Well, alrighty then. Is fixed. Is positioned correctly now. Yeah, that's why relative can be easier versus absolute, but hey, you know what? The benefit of absolute is that as long as all of the blueprints are all correctly, absolutely aligned, you never have to worry about anything, really. You don't have to worry about it anymore. It's a lot of pain to start, but once it's done, it's done. You know? Once it's done, is done. And then it's just click drag. And then it's just click drag. I have no idea what absolute is actually referring to. It refers to something. It's global. That's what I'm how I think of it, is that it's just referring to the global coordinate system. Some alignment relative to the global alignment system. I said relative, but the global alignment system is absolute positionings, a set of absolute positionings. So you are absolutely positioning to that global position. Relative is relative to, existing placement and objects, not really to the global, I think. I don't know, it's difficult to explain. All I know is that now it's working, which means that yeah, I get to place a lot of rails now. Woohoo! If I even have the time to, probably tomorrow. Probably tomorrow, not the rest of the day today, or maybe this evening. It depends on how much time I have available to me to continue to place rails. All I know is that next time we are setting up our fueling train station, and we are like getting starting up the process next time of getting factories on the rail network. That's the goal for our stream on Thursday, is actually getting factories on the rail network. So yeah, it's going to involve some amount of scaling. It's going to involve quite a bit of scaling, actually. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to have to go down to my mining drill down here and tell this buffer to not be limited. I'm going to not have this limited. I'm going to need a few thousand mining drills at some point. I'm going to need lots of mining drills. We're going to need to go to big ore patches of iron, big patches of copper, big patches of stone, and go to coal. And I need to expand my power. We're already using like a third of my power at this point. In case you were not aware, we're using a fair amount of power already. I know I will upgrade them at some point, but we don't have access to that until Chem Science, and it's going to be a little while. It's gonna be a little bit before I unlock these in Chem Science for these Mark II drills. Get the water turbines. I have a build that works fine with steam turbines. Why would I water turbine? I have to look at all this. I need to do more research. Hello. I found mineral water. Okay, so that's like the two resources that I needed to find on the map, the immersite and the mineral water. Done. Wipe our hands. We've found the things. 2.x times more power per unit fuel. I'll check it, but I mean, when you don't have to worry about the fuel ever running out in the first place. I mean, when you don't need to have to worry about the fuel running out in the first place, does it really matter the per unit of fuel? We could do it to do it, but yeah, I'm also like revealing the map just because I don't have radars. I'm revealing the map because I don't have access to radars. Cough, 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 cough. Oh, hey, there's oil. Oh, hey, remember when I was complaining about needing oil near the base? Near the base? Yeah, there's oil near the base. So at this point with the main bus, it's basically done. There's going to be a few things that I continue to add to it, more infrastructure that I'm going to add to it, but it's not going to be adding to things. I have uranium here, and here, and here. Uranium is fine. Rare metals is fine. I've got access to all these things. Uranium's going to need sulfuric acid to mine. That's a thing. And do I need something on these guys? Yeah, chlorine. I need chlorine to mine rare metals as well, which means I need stone near rare metals, ideally. It's not going to happen, but you know, have to like bring stone to where to raw rare metals to mine that. Or make and have chlorine on the train network, which is another option. Another thing using stone. Another thing using stone. We have so many things using stone in this mod. Like, my god, so many things in this mod use stone. How much imersite in the vein? I'm sure it's like 1 billion. Yeah, it's a billion. It is the hard cap to the amount that you can have in a single node. The absolute hard limit, max, that you can have. 1 giga. 1 giga. Giga ore. So, yeah, things are looking a bit better. I have to get the rail network in and figure out like where I'm going with these. I have to use my ore eraser mod to, you know, clear up the paths that the rails will be taking. Hopefully nothing is going to be in the way in particular. Gonna get train stations servicing various things all around the place. Not going to get anything moving, not going to build any factories. Might mine, but won't set up factories if I'm doing anything different. Like, we've seen this process. We've seen this process already. This process isn't changing in the transition onto the rail network. So even though the focus of Thursday is going to be like getting stations up and running, first up is, you know, the solid materials, but this is a process of getting at base materials at scale that I will continue off screen after Thursday stream, and as I continue over the weekend and keep expanding the rail network. And once I feel I have sufficient amounts of stuff being provided onto the train network, we also can think about getting the basic sciences on the train network and getting a station that's going to bring in the sciences and process the sciences, etc., and get oil refining done on the train network and get the oil products on the train network and get into more advanced oil processing, ideally, once I set up the chemical tech cards and such, because we need to set up red circuits. We need to set up chemical science. We need to get all that done for actual progression as well. So once I get everything that I have here in terms of the raw resource production, not necessarily the mall type stuff that's part of this main bus, but once we get all this back end stuff on the train network, then we're going to focus on progression a bit more. So that's going to take a few streams, maybe at least 2 streams, I think, to get that back end stuff online, to get into progression again. So yeah, we're focusing on trains going forward. And with that, since we are way past time now, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Shiba. If you have enjoyed today's stream, please be sure to do all of the social and engagement stuff down below the video. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you have not yet subscribed, and hit the notification bell. Consider becoming a member of the channel by hitting the great big blue join button and supporting on Patreon at patreon.com/otakushow if you are so inclined and able. I will be back with more of this playthrough on Thursday. I hope to see you all then.